Hi, my name's Roland Eva, and today I'd like to talk to you about how to transform your marketing from prancing poodles into starving bloodhounds that make the cash register ring. Now, what do I mean by marketing that is a prancing poodle? Now, this is brand marketing. Marketing that's designed to do nothing other than to look pretty and to stay top of mind with your ideal customer. Now, this is the kind of marketing that you can proudly show your friends. You can say to them, hey, did you see my ad in a magazine? And your friends might reply, yeah, your ad looked great. It looked superb. But that's all it did. It looked great. It didn't do anything else. It didn't make the cash register ring. It didn't actually grow your business. It just looked good. Now, what other kinds of marketing falls into this category? You know, when you see a Coca-Cola billboard or a Coca-Cola ad, does it actually tell you where you can buy a Coke? No, of course not. All it does is to look good. It stays front of mind with you. Well, you know, if you're in a city for the first time, it might be useful for that billboard to say, here's where you can buy a Coke, but it doesn't do that. It's not designed to do that. It's just a prancing poodle that creates awareness in the marketplace. Now, unfortunately, there are many companies that think marketing's role is limited only to creating prancing poodles. They do the pretty fluffy stuff, and it's sales that do the glory work of making the cash register ring. It's sales that actually make the business grow. Here's the good news. You can transform your marketing from prancing poodles into a starving bloodhound that brings in the cash with just 3 simple steps. So, step 1 is to build a community of raving fans. Step 2 is to earn their trust. And step 3 is to make them feel good about buying. So let's jump into exactly how you do this. So step 1 is to build a community of raving fans. Now, just imagine this for a moment. It's a Friday night, you walk into a bar, you scan the room for the prettiest girl, and then you walk up to her, you walk straight up to her, you interrupt the conversation that she's having with her friends, and you say, will you marry me? Now, what do you think your chances of success are? 0, right? Or maybe virtually 0. Now, unfortunately, this is what many people do with their website. They have what I would class as corporate speak on their site that says something along the lines of, we are the best solutions provider for small businesses that want to grow fast. Now, what exactly does that mean? Because, you know, I might read that twice and be like, I still don't understand what you do and how you can help me, or if you can help me. So what do? I click away from the site. Now, a lot of people will look at the analytics, or they might not even look at the analytics, but they'll look at the analytics from their site and they'll say, hey, our bounce rate's really high. We need to reduce the amount of words on the page. Because the thinking is, if we have, let's say, 100 words on the page, that people will read all of the words on the page. When the reality is, people will only read copy if it is written specifically for them. If they land on your site and they say, hey, this company's speaking directly to me. I know what they do, how they can help me, and that, you know, and what their expertise is or what their differentiation is in the market. If you can say those things quickly, then you pull your ideal customer into the rest of the copy. Yeah? Guess what? You start a conversation with them. So that's the first thing you need to do. You need to actually make it clear to the person landing on your site, you know, what you do, what problem do you solve, who do you solve the problem for, and what makes you different. Yeah? So that's the start a conversation. Then you give them some upfront value. You give them something for free, or in this case it's not going to be free, because you're going to ask for permission to contact them later. A bit like, if you go back to that bar scene, a bit like asking the girl for her phone number so you can call her later and then say, hey, let's go on a date. That's exactly what your website needs to do. It needs to say, I'd like to give you something for free that will help you on your journey. It'll help you solve your problem, and I will then follow up with you with more information just to help you on your journey. Why? Because I want to give. So if you can do that, if your website can collect customers' information, then you're building a community of raving fans. You're starting a relationship with them. You're starting this process of transforming your marketing from a prancing poodle into a starving bloodhound. So what would you give away? You'd give away an ebook. And what would that ebook do? It would explain what problem you solve, for who, and what makes you different. Yeah? It would also say, if you solve a problem, let's say with a 3-step or a 5-step formula, it would outline what that is and why it's important for your ideal customer. Yeah? So that's how you start the relationship. So that's step 1, build a community of raving fans. Step 2 is to earn their trust. Now how do you do that? You do that by telling an inspirational personal story that is going to reveal your expertise, it's going to demonstrate your values, and it's going to say to them, this is what makes me different than anybody else. Yeah? Now, we all crave a thrilling tale. That's why we go to the movies, that's why we read novels. Yeah? And we will buy from the person who can tell one. Yeah? So if you can tell an inspirational story, then you create a relationship, you could create a lasting relationship with your ideal customer. Now, there are just 2 elements that you need to think about to create a story, an interesting story, and that's challenge and emotion. So, challenge is what keeps people hooked in a story. What does the hero want and what is preventing them from getting it? What is the challenge that you have to go through to reach the goal that you want? Yeah? And if you can describe the challenges that you went through on your journey in words that your ideal customer can see, hear and touch, then you will create an emotional connection with them. You will create a lasting connection with them. You will reveal a story that allows them to sell themselves on the idea of working with you. So that's how you earn the trust of your ideal customers, by telling an inspirational personal story. But you haven't yet made the cash register ring, and that's the key thing. Yeah, marketing is not there just to do some of the work, not there just to provide warm leads for the sales team. It can actually make the cash register ring. And how do you do that? You do that by by making your customers feel good about buying from you. Now there's 2 steps to this process. Step 1 is to, again, tell an inspirational personal story, and step 2 is to make an irresistible offer. So we've talked briefly about how to tell an inspirational personal story and the 2 elements that you need. 1 is challenge and 2 is emotion. Yeah? Because people will forget what you said. They will forget what you did, but they will always remember how you made them feel. So you've got to put emotions into your story. But to make them want to work with you, to make them feel good about buying from you, you've got to give them an irresistible offer. Now what is an irresistible offer? An irresistible offer is value far in excess of what you are charging. So that's the first thing. Yeah? The second thing is it makes an eye-watering guarantee. Yeah? If you can guarantee the success of your ideal customer, wow, that's a big, powerful thing. That's going to get rid of a lot of resistance. Yeah? The third thing is it has a deadline, because deadlines make people move. Yeah? And then the fourth thing is it gives some must-have bonuses. That's how you create an irresistible offer. So you start with, give value far in excess of what you're charging. Guarantee the customer success, create a deadline, and then give them some must-have bonuses. Why? Because once you do that, they might buy your product because they want your product. They might also buy your product just because they want these extra bonuses, and they know, hey, the bonuses cost X, the product costs less than X, that means I can get the product for free. So those are the 4 elements that you must use to create an irresistible offer. And that is how you can transform your marketing from a prancing poodle into a starving bloodhound that makes the cash register ring. Now, I hope you found this useful. I hope you'll go out and use it. And if you did find it useful, then please leave a comment below and let me know. If this can help someone you know, then please share it with them. And until next time, carpe diem.